So coming up to standing. Welcome to this slightly grey morning this morning, isn't it? I had to put extra lights on this morning because it's so dark. Roll the shoulders down and back. And again. Good. Oh, just ease those shoulders out, get them moving. And lower the hands down by your side. Let's wake up the fingers. We'll give the fingers a little wriggle, stretch them away. Good, curl them in and stretch them away again. Rotate the wrists. Again, back the other way. So we're just getting all these joints going. Let's move up to the elbows. And back. Lovely. Good, and let's move that up into these shoulders. So just nice light movement. That's it, well done. One more, and lower down. Hands onto the pelvis. So you'll be pleased now I've got a little bit more movement into my lower back this week. That's good. So I'll stand side on. So stick your bum out and tuck it under. And then bringing that pelvis into center. Engage your tummy muscles just a little bit. Slide the hands up to your rib cage. Take a breath in. And let it go. Good. Lovely. Really think about getting the oxygen into the sides of your rib cage and then blow it all away. And one last one. And release. Good. And hands down to your side. So we're hopefully standing a little bit taller, a little bit more engaged there. We'll take some circles with our heads. So let's go over to our left shoulder. We'll go over the top, down the bottom. And again. Good. And let's take it back the other way. Lovely, well done. We'll do one more, finishing on the right shoulder. And back. Good. Let's do some shoulder reaches. So arms out in front of you. Reach the shoulders away and then plug the shoulders back in. That's it. And again. Reach, reach, reach. And plug it back. Well done. And we'll keep that going. Try and keep the back nice and tall while we're doing this. Good. And we'll do two more. And last one. And lower the hands down to the sides there. Give them a shake. Good. Let's come into, we'll working our way down. Let's get these waist muscles going. So prayer or Cossack. I'm going to do Cossack this morning. So again, relax the shoulders down. Stand nice and tall. Zip up and in there. Let's rotate to the right with your out breath. Inhale, back to center and round we go. Good, and back again. Lovely. Be aware of how that back is working. And we'll take one more. Good, and last one. Lower down. Okay, let's think about the feet a little bit. So let's give the toes a wriggle. We're going to warm them up and then scrunch those toes right under and then lift them up. Let's do that a few times. That's it, well done. Working up into, so let's just do a few roll ups into the toes and roll back down. Other side, so we're just gently stretching the sole of the feet into those toe joints. Good. That's it. Let's do some rotation. So standing on the left leg, just make sure you're supported, and we'll do some circles with our ankles and back the other way. Good. Can we Take it into some hip circles there. Good, and back. The other way. Bit of a balance challenge for a first thing on a Monday. Replace and swap. So just make sure you're lifting up and keep that eye line out. That will help with the balance. Hands can come to the sides, of course. If you do need a bit more support, just find something to gently touch, hold on to. Good, let's take that into some hip circles. Good, and we'll go back the other way. All right, and one more and we'll lower down. Good, give those legs a little bit of a shake. Okay, I think they're warm enough for some squats. So starting with our Pilates squat, let's sink ourselves down, making sure our knees are coming out over the middle two toes of your feet. And down. Good. That's it, well done. So the back is nice and tall, bottom dropping straight down. Good, okay, so getting into those knees as well. Let's take the feet a little wider. It's a good way to get into these hip joints. So we just want to make sure that those knees are going to come out over your toes. So if you need to take your feet further in or further out. That's it. Good. Again, thinking about keeping that nice tall back. Lovely. Can you take it a little bit deeper now? Sink down, that's it. Good. Now let's take it down and hold, and we'll go into our side bend. Let's take our right hand up and over and reach. Good. Breathe in and come up. And again, we'll do it the 3. Reach. Good. And over we go. Lovely. Good. Last ones. Good. Come back. Over we go for the final time, just in your own time. And come out. When you're ready, give those legs a shake. Very nice. Let's come into our roll downs then. We're going to do it in the 3 stages. So I just want to work our ways through our back. So we're going to go down to just below our shoulder blades, then down to our waist, and then we can take it all the way to the floor. So let's start with the spine stretch at the top of our backs. Breath in, and then breathe out. Chin comes to the chest, rolling down just a little way, enough for the arms to hang. Take a breath in and rolling back up, shoulders back, head floats up. And again, 2 of these. There we go, it's only a little movement. Good, and come back up. We're going to travel down to the waist now. Breathe out, down we go. Knees will soften as we roll forward, so sort of in a right angle to the floor. Breath in and rolling back up. And again. Good. You feel that stretch traveling into the lower back. And these next 2 we can go all the way down. See how you go on this first one? And then when you're ready, tuck under, restacking that spine. All the way up to the top. Good. And we're heading down when you're ready for the last one. And when you get there, just hang out there for a minute. Let the arms be nice and free, the head's loose. Let that gravity draw the back over, stretching those vertebrae. And the muscles connecting them. And then up we go. Good. Well done. Okay, we're going to roll down. We're going to come straight out into an all fours position. In your own time, down we come. And I will meet you down on the mat. Good. So check your all fours position. If you can see yourself on the screen, it's really handy just to check. You want your knees under your hips and play with where your hands are. Give yourself some length for your spine. Just make sure the inner elbows are facing and you've lifted that chest up so you're not kind of sagging down. If you are sagging down, you might feel that kind of your tummy's drawing down to the mat as well. So pull it all in and up. Now we're going to be superheroes this morning. So we're going to do superhero arms. We're going to alternate for 5 and then we're going to hold it for a couple of seconds. So starting with our right, take a breath in, slide that hand away and lift it up to the shoulder. Good. Exhale, draw back and replace. Lovely. These are a good all-rounder. It gets the whole body working. Good. Be really aware of how your tummy needs to engage to support the rest of your body. That's it. So we're coming up to the last ones now. And come back and hold. If you need a little break, do that. If not, what we're going to do is draw the right arm up. We're going to hold it for 2 breaths. We'll take an extra breath in and on the 3rd out, we will replace. Good. So we're just strengthening the arms, making sure that the shoulder is over our wrist and lower. We're going to do it once more. And replace. Just check in with the rest of your body, lifting up nice and tall. Good. And lower, push back into a child pose. Bend the elbows, it'll just take everything out of the shoulders. Let it have a rest. Good. Couple of breaths there, and then we're going to draw ourselves up and we're going to come round to being seated. Okay, we're going to do some roll forwards. The spine's getting nice and warmed up now. As we roll forward, I want you to imagine that you've got a beach ball. And your beach ball is you're sort of held into your tummy. So instead of collapsing down into your roll down to your toes, I want you to think about lengthening up and then rolling over. So you're sort of lifting that tummy into the spine and up into the rib cage. So if you see, look, I've got a nice curve. Pull my t-shirt in there. So we're always keeping space. Okay, so that's what I want us to play with today. Arms up at shoulder height, sit nice and tall. Breath in. And roll down, but also up and over that ball. So just making sure we're not collapsing. Breath in. And exhale, rolling up. Good. Doing it this way with this image in our mind of the beach ball also creates more length through your vertebra. Come back up. We're going to do 5. So you carry on at your own speed. We've got 3 to go. Well done. Coming on up. That's it. Well done. Enjoy that stretch into those shoulders as well. So again, this is a good one because it really does get you from toes to fingers. Coming into our last one. Hold that one there. Enjoy that stretch through the legs, back and arms. And then we will release and come up. Okay, why don't we wake these tummies up a little bit more? Bend your knees. We're going to do a Russian twist. So we're going to roll down a little ways. Arms will be crossed, and I want you to think about keeping the legs stationary, but for the twist, you're going to rotate your elbow to the outer thigh, okay? So just be aware of, as you do that, that those legs don't kind of try and help you. Keep them there. And we're going to do 2 sets of 4. It's for you to decide how far you roll down, how much you want this to be harder. Okay, have that moment of sitting tall, relax the shoulders, and let's, on an out breath, roll down into our chosen position. Good, and 4 on each side. Breath in, and then exhale, let's rotate. Back to center, rotate on your outs. That's it. Good. Brilliant. Probably just enough to start feeling those obliques and tummy muscles working. Back to center and roll up. Good. The further you go, the more you're going to be using those muscles. So let's take a moment. Let's get back into our position. Have a moment to sit tall. Take a breath in, and now let's roll down for these final ones. Take a breath in and breathe out and rotate. I'm really using my out breath through my mouth, pushing that air out, giving a good old squeeze. Good. And last ones. And roll back up. Good. Well done. Focus up. Should we come down to the floor? Use your roll down, or feel free to come down nice and safely on your sides. Grab a little stretch. And then find our way into our semi-supine positions here. Okay. So a little bit of work into the lower spine. We're going to take some pelvic rolls. So I'm just going to rest my hands on my front of my abdomen, just to feel the movement rocking through my pelvis. Good. That's it, well done. There, now try and make it a little deeper. We want to keep the glutes soft, but we do want to encourage that back to come down into the mat. Use that core. Lovely. All right, and pause there. So from here we are going to come into, we did some knee circles on Friday, we're going to do some more. We're just going to do 5 circles. If you can, challenge yourself, do it in neutral spine. If you need to, roll that pelvis back, bring the back into contact with the mat, into imprint. You can keep your hands on your hips, it's useful feedback. Let's bring the right one up into tabletop, back in your chosen position. Just check the knees over your hip. Good. Lorraine, just lower your lower leg down a little bit so it's more of a right angle. Yes, you've got it. Perfect. Okay, so 5 circles. This is all about pelvic stability, so we want to really keep the pelvis strong, isolating into this hip movement. Good. You can play how big you can get those circles whilst keeping that other leg still, pelvis steady. We've done your 5. Let's go back the other way. Good. Making sure that this movement's coming from the upper leg and hip. Very nice. Lovely, stable legs. Good. And then coming back to center. Why don't we give that little leg a nice little squeeze in and a little stretch. Good. You can rotate the ankle. Why don't we do some circles at the top, back the other way. And then replace. Okay, let's go on the other side. So bring your back into whether neutral spine or imprint. Leg floats up into those right angles. Good, and off we go again. So 5 one way, 5 the other. Check in with that pelvis. And we want a nice smooth circle around. So it could be just a golf ball, it might be a tennis ball or a bit big football. That's it. Lovely. And last one. When you finished your 5, let's bring that leg in, give it a nice little squeeze. Well done, leg. And then a nice little stretch. And rotate the ankle, the foot in each direction. Good. And lower it down. Now, don't normally do this, but we're going to do the hundreds, but we're going to do a Monday hundreds. So definitely just we'll scale up during the week to a full hundreds. But for this morning, I want us into imprint and tabletop, and we're going to leave it there. So you can bring the legs and give them a squeeze. Okay, good. Just check that those knees are out over the hips. We're going to leave the heads on the mat, but reach the arms down and come into the hover. And this is where we're going to do our hundreds for a Monday morning. Let's go. Beat the arms. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. And out. Good. Keep that going. Keep the legs strong, knees over your hips. And the tummy wants to be pulling in. So just check that it's not easing off. Make sure it's engaged. Good. Lovely. We're halfway. We're going to keep going. Keep the back in imprint, and you're going to feel those tummy muscles gently working to keep you strong. Nice strong arms from the shoulders. And we've got 3 to go. Good. And 2. And we're coming into the last ones. Well done, everyone. And give everything a nice little squeeze when you're done. There we go. That was a very civilized hundreds for a Monday morning there. Good. Have a little rock from side to side. Okay, let's roll on over to our sides. We're going to do some clamps, a little work into the glutes and the inner thighs, the thighs. Okay, so knees near to the chest, heels scoot back a little ways, but so that you can push the heels together. Remembering that when you push the heels together, it fires up those legs. Okay, so we're going to put your hand on your hip here. We're going to take a breath in and lift this knee up. Good. And breathe out. It's quite hard to keep those heels pushing together, but focus on that. Good. And you will feel how it engages the muscles. If you're not sure, play with it. Do one with the legs nice and relaxed, then do one when it's engaged. Good. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Excellent. And lower down. From there, we're going to push up into side bends. Decide where you want to take it today. Oh, my mat's going for walkabout again. Come into your knees. If you feel very energetic this morning, by all means, you can do a full side plank. I'm going to go up into my knees today. Checking those fingers are just at an angle, not up to the top of the mat. I'll tuck my t-shirt in. Lift up and out. Here we go. Such lovely strengtheners. Up we go. Why don't we hold it up there for a breath? And now we can lower. Good. And again. And up. Hold. And lower. 2 more. And lower. 1 more to go. Good. So just weight bearing that a little bit longer. Let's swap straight over onto other sides. We'll go straight into the side bends to start. Okay. Lifting up out of that shoulder. So keep space between your ear and your shoulder. Everything's nice and engaged. Are we ready? Take a breath in and up and over we go. Hold it there. Good. And now we can lower down. Nice. 3 more to go. and lower. Good. And down. Last one. And lower down. Straight down into our clam position. Let's find that. Hand on your hip. And that's just going to tell us that hip's rolling back. So just a little bit of feedback. Push the heels together. Let's take a breath in and lift that knee up. And breathe out and down. Good. And again. And lower. Good. 3 to go. Lovely. Let's do one more. And down. Give it all a bit of a rub there. Good. Let's bring ourselves over into all fours position. Tuck back my t-shirt in there. Into some cat-cows then. Knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Take a breath in and then breathe out up into your lovely cat stretch. Inhale, have a look in front of you. And again. Good. So really working into that spine. We'll take a few more of those. Good. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Pause there. Bring your right foot up in between your hands and lift into a lunge position. We can do this standing if those exactly the same as standing if you need to. And then we're going to roll forward. That's it. Good. Coming back to center and tucking under. And again, come forward. Back to center and tuck. So tuck that tailbone under. You'll feel that stretch through the front of the back hip. Good. Now let's lean back a little ways as we come into the hamstring stretch. By all means, put your hands down on the mat if you need it. Flex the foot up. Good. Well done. Okay, coming out of that then, release the leg back. We'll swap sides. Okay, and let's come forward. A little bit further so you can deepen that. Stretch, then come back and tuck under. And forward again. And coming back and tucking under. Lovely. Should we come into the hamstring stretch then? So release that foot so it's nice and long. And flex those toes up. Try and soften the leg a little bit. So if it's kind of under tension, you won't get such a great stretch. So just try and release that. Deepen the stretch. Good. And now we're going to come forward, release that leg back. Let's come up to standing. I do still want to do a quad stretch before we finish. So coming into a crouch or a position that you can safely come up. And we will roll up together. Good. Okay, just to finish off, if you need something to hold on to, please do. And we're going to take the leg behind us. Good, just continue with that stretch at the front. and release down and swap sides. Good. Lovely balance this morning. Okay, and release. Shake those legs out. Give the body a little wiggle. Come back to standing nice and tall. So I hope you feel invigorated and ready to tackle your Monday. Definitely.